Hi and welcome in Apex Hours. We are going to speak today about PDO. Salesforce ran this program a few years ago, but do you know what does it really mean? If not, you came to the right place. My name is Jakub Stefaniak. I'm Salesforce Certified Technical Architect related to AppExchange from quite some time, currently working as Director of Engineering at Aquiva Labs. And the reason why I'm speaking about this topic, why I'm so excited about PDO, is that in Salesforce ecosystem, usually you are building stuff for internal purpose, which means that if the end user is not happy with the app, he can complain, he can change a job, but not much options, right? And in software development, generally there is consensus that if as architect or as developer, you want to have the most satisfying career, you should go and spend your career in IT company, software development company, not doing IT for some bank. Taking a look on the past of Salesforce, as you know, everything started in '99, quite a long time ago. And Salesforce initially was just CRM, offering standard CRM capabilities to the end customers. When they started adding more and more possibilities to customize their system, quite quickly they found that they cannot just offer their consulting services to all end customers interested in their CRM. So they opened the market to consulting partners or system integrators, companies who offer their help for end customers looking to customize something, implement, and so on. The breaking moment from my perspective was year 2005, when Salesforce started AppExchange market. And I'm saying that it's breaking moment because when you look on Microsoft, on Apple, their position is not related to the fact that Windows is the best operating system in the history. No, it's just number of partners and the whole ecosystem building apps on Windows make it so powerful. And running AppExchange was exactly the same. We have more and more different partners building totally different apps. You can now use Salesforce platform to build, for example, HR system or intellectual property management system. So even if one day I can imagine that somebody is going to create better CRM, Salesforce as a platform is going to still be very powerful because of this whole AppExchange market. Unfortunately, it was not so easy to be an AppExchange partner because if, let's say, you have an awesome idea, you have lots of money and you want to conquer the world, right? You want to found a startup. What do you have to do to be an AppExchange partner and publish and build your first app on the AppExchange? First of all, you have to answer many questions. What is your business model? How you want to, because it's not about building the app, right? You want to earn money, you want to change the world. So how to define your business model to support these goals? Do you want to be ISV partner or OEM partner? If you don't know these acronyms, hey, welcome in the reality. As a typical founder with strong business background, I have no idea what is ISV, what is OEM, and I have to make decision before I start implementation, right? What is going to be my data model? What are going to be kind of the dependencies? So am I going to build only on Salesforce platform or maybe at top of Sales Cloud or Service Cloud? So as you see, there are quite many questions which we have to answer at the beginning, but when we are starting, usually we don't have enough knowledge to answer these questions. And what you can do if you are like this founder with lots of money, theoretically you can go to freelancer.com or Upwork and find some freelancers who say that they have 15 years of experience and they take only $10 per hour. And it sounds too good to be true. You know why? Because it's usually not true. And after you spend quite lots of money and waste quite lots of time, you see that your app just still is not working, right? So Salesforce see it as a very big blocker for adoption of their platform, especially because time is money and time to market. When I have an idea how to make a new product today, if I wait too long and I spend like this few years of fighting with some random vendor, probably somebody else is going to just build similar app and take my customers. So the plan at beginning is very difficult if I don't have knowledge. Building is difficult, but it's not end of the story. The product life cycle require me to know, then when I have the app, think how to sell it, how to make marketing, how to implement for my customers, and how to provide support. So being a successful ISV partner require quite a lot of different skills. I'm saying that time to market is critical because, as you know, to publish application on the AppExchange, we have to pass security review. Usually it takes between 4 to 8 weeks. So after we finish everything, we prepare documentation, submit our app, our full code base, and after 4 to 8 weeks we should get the response. Not so bad, right? But there is now official statistics from one of the first sessions, and I'm not able, unfortunately, say which one, like it was 3 years ago, I heard that more than half of the apps failed in the first attempt. So I'm saying that unofficially, but from our conversations with other people, generally we see that for people going for the security review first time, this process is definitely not easy. Why? Because it's not only about security in terms of vulnerabilities. Salesforce is checking your code base and looking, for example, for bad practices. If you do not bulkify something, or you put stars inside your HTML file, as well it can be a reason why you are going to fail the security review. And last but not least, Salesforce doesn't promise to send you all problems with your code base. They are just showing you examples and asking you to check everything again before you submit your application one more time. So, if you had only 3 vulnerabilities in your report, it's probably going to be fine after you fix them. But if you had 300, oh, it's going to be a long journey. And then, like literally, as a new partner, you have probably some investors asking you, hey, when we will start see some return on our investment? And meantime, you have no idea when your app really is going to pass security review and start be available for potential customers. So what Salesforce did? 6 years ago, they announced PDO program. PDO is kind of the super small niche of consulting partners focusing on AppExchange partners. So PDO provides consulting services for independent software vendors who want to build products on the AppExchange. And what does it mean? So PDO is an acronym which stands for Product Development Outsourcers, consulting partners providing services for ISV partners. You can say, hey, it sounds a little bit like consulting or system integrators, right? So what are the differences? First of all, typical system integrator understands the pricing of Salesforce model for end customers, when PDO understands the business models available for ISVs and OEM partners. In SI, I can help you to think how to optimize your licenses on your single org. As PDO, I can help you understand how to make more profit on your AppExchange product. As ISV, usually you build solutions to support some business processes for the end users. As PDO, we are building really products, applications, which the end user choose to pay for. It makes a very significant difference, because if you build internal software which is bad and it's not looking fancy, or it's working only in 75% cases, probably people are going to live with this. They are going to maybe complain, maybe they are not going to be happy, but it's not going to kill anybody. If you build a product which is going to look bad, or it's not going to be robust, nobody is going to buy it. So then it can be end of business for ISV. Next, SIs has a full visibility of the org, of a single instance, when as PDO, you focus on building something which is going to be installed on any org. It brings lots of complexity. We are not talking about one production and few sandboxes. We are talking about cases when a successful PDO, you have like hundreds production orgs which use your application. So the scale is totally different. And SI projects generally has some distinct beginning and end of development, right? You have your maybe in-house team, and if you want to just build something new, you go for SI for help. When we are looking from PDO perspective, products which we are building by definition, and they should have unlimited lifetime. So we hope that the product is going to be successful and evolve, but the engagement with PDO by definition is not going to just end at end of the first phase. Last but not least, SIs must to have lots of experience and knowledge about how to configure and develop stuff in Salesforce. And the same applies to PDO. Plus, at top of the Salesforce development and configuration knowledge, PDO are required to have lots of extra expertise about ISV related technologies. So license management application, feature management application, channel orders, and so on. There is like just extra layer of expertise which you must to learn when you start working as PDO. Why it happens? Why Salesforce thought that it's a good idea to set this program? Let's ask Julie, VP of Product Design from Facebook, who was leading a team of product designers and experts specialized in mobile and desktop interaction designs. When people came to her and asked, hey, maybe could you help me with pushing some marketing video or preparing some illustrations, they usually send people to another team of designers. And some people are confused and they ask, hey, but aren't you designer? And designers draw and animate, right? Why you don't want to help me? And the answer is very beautiful and powerful. If it's not in our core competency, we can do this, but we will probably end up spending double the time for 80% quality. Which means that if you go to any consulting partner and ask him to build your AppExchange app, he's probably going to be successful. I'm not saying that they cannot learn how to do this. The only thing that is going to take more time, cost you more money, and at the end you are going to have lower quality. By the way, if you have any company founder who is not interested about time, money, and quality, please connect me with this guy. I would love to hear his or her story, how he can become successful. So, talking about success in terms of AppExchange partners. As you know, building the app is just the first step. Then somebody must decide to buy it. To help with this decision, we need to offer kind of the trial experience. We need to think how to implement apps. If you, for example, ever implement CPQ, you know how complex and difficult can be the process of configuring the app. Then, how to provide support. If you sometimes don't have access to the org, how you can debug it and fix bugs, right? The whole marketing of your product, the release management, product management in terms of adding features, checking if somebody is using our features. If not, then we should probably sunset them, right? We should manage actively our technical debt. So we must have quite good analytics, knowing not only who is paying for our app, but who and how is using it, and much, much more. It's like the reality which help you to be a successful AppExchange partner. And to somehow define this knowledge and expectations, as part of PDO program, Salesforce define 7 specializations, which I'm going to walk you through. And in every specialization, there are 3 aspects which Salesforce check: knowledge, experience, and quality. So the first specialization is related to the ideation and business model, a moment when somebody came and say, hey, I want to conquer world. And we are thinking and trying to help him understand, does this business model match Salesforce platform reality? Is it going to work? Is it going to be like really a good idea to build it as AppExchange product? Next, architecture and UX design. So generally, the first part of every complex project is to sit, gather requirements, make proper discovery, and we are not only focusing on technical aspect, but as well on the UX, because as you know, somebody at the end make a decision looking on the app, do I want to buy it or not? So it must looking really, really good. If we are talking about these three pillars, knowledge, experience, and quality, take a look how Salesforce assign the levels to PDOs. To prove our knowledge for this particular specialization, we need to have at least one application or system architect to be on level 1, and at least 5 application or system architect on level 2, which focus us as Salesforce partners to provide certification as kind of proof of our knowledge. The second, quality, it's about customer satisfaction. At the end of the project, Salesforce is asking ISV about his overall satisfaction with working with us, and we need to have at least 4.2 average to have level 1 specialization, and more than 4.5 to be on the second level. So the customer satisfaction is really a key in being successful PTO. And last but not least, experience. You must finish at least 3 projects related to architecture and UX design to get level 1 specialization, and at least 10 projects to get on level 2. So it's not a rocket science, but if you see somebody who is PDO on level 2, you know that he at least delivered few solid projects with this specialization, and he have enough experience, knowledge, and quality to, with a big probability, deliver it one more time for you. Next, release management, development, security review. So generally building the app and making sure that it passes the security review. Then, when the app is already on the AppExchange, providing trials, demos, so hold this experience for a potential customer who want to buy the app, and before making decision want to give it a try, how to set it, how to design, how to configure. Product support. If you already have somebody who bought your app and he has some problems, maybe there are some bugs, what to do, how to debug these orgs, how to do it in a secure way, maybe how to act when you don't have full access to the end customer org. It's like another interesting topic. Marketing support. When you want to sell your app, what you can do. On AppExchange there are some nice videos, some banners, quite lots of things which you can pay for as the extra service, and we can help you to make the right decision about your marketing. And my favorite one, package review and optimization. We are not only working with new ISVs, we are as well helping existing very successful ISVs. And for me, it's one of the best things in my career when I go to a company with like hundreds of production orgs, thousands of users, and they have some problems, right? So if they have, for example, problems with long implementation time, or with implementation of modern DevOps to their development lifecycle, it's something what, of course, I can help because I had my own experience with working as ISV. I've seen many projects like that. But what is really interesting is the fact that always you don't only hear about problems, but you can see what this particular ISV is doing in the very unique and super smart way. So you not only go to review somebody package to help you with something, but as a side effect, you review this package, this company, and you learn a lot, which is really, really the best part of the job for the even very experienced architect. And why I'm so into this PDO program, why I'm talking about this. Let's take a look on the engineering aspect of software engineering. The photos which I'm showing to you is a Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra in Katowice in Poland. By the way, if you have a chance, you should really go to this building. It's amazing. The acoustic inside is really awesome. And I'm showing it to you because personally I'm quite proud of it. My dad is electrical engineer. He worked on these constructions as an inspector. And when I was growing in engineering family, it was always surprising for me that in software development we don't have yet some standards. When you want to build something like that, you never ask one company to do everything. One company is designing, one company or maybe another company is building, but always at the end you have the second or third company who provide inspector. A person who check all documentation, check all implementation, and then it brings some natural tension between the company which built and company to inspect, But as the output, we know that if we put thousands of people inside of the building, they are not going to die because of, for example, some mistakes which were not found or some cost optimizations or whatever. In software development, it's not standard yet, right? Usually, you outsource everything to a single company. PDO program is a step into this very mature engineering reality. So as ISV, you outsource your development to PDO, but then at the end of the project, we submit for security review, and Salesforce is checking everything, right? What's even more interesting, at the end of the project, Salesforce is asking ISV, hey, what is your overall satisfaction? Did this PDO not only make this up, but provide you real value? Did he help you to be a successful ISV partner? So this customer satisfaction is like a second step. And this real, very strong partnership between PDOs and Salesforce makes this whole program extremely unique and extremely valuable. So what is the current state of PDOs? It's super small niche. There are 44 companies who are registered as PDOs, only 44. But we've spoken about this level 1 and level 2 requirements, right? To have level 2 in one specialization, long story short, you have to have right certifications, so right knowledge in your company, make at least 10 projects, and have a very good customer satisfactions. So if you have like 4 of 7 specializations on level 2, you get the title of PDO expert. And only 9 companies over the world are expert PDOs. So is it really something worth to do it, right? Is it worth with every new project to think about these high notes and doing everything in that way? If you're a developer or architect, I would say definitely yes. Because lots of problems and lots of things which people are complaining, like technical debt, crazy deadlines, problems with requirements, which are sad reality of building stuff for internal usage, doesn't really apply to building a product development companies, which means that working as architect or developer in product development company is just going to give you much more interesting and challenging job, but as well it's going to be a nice opportunity for you to have a very satisfying career. And one more time, thank you for your attention. If you have any feedback or want to reach me, it's my LinkedIn, and yeah, thank you for your time. See you.